2022 Matchbox Moving Parts Case E. I was getting worried that we were going to see the D case for the rest of our lives. This is the now E case. We are a little bit far behind, in my opinion, on releases for moving parts, but hopefully the stores will catch up. First, we'll take a look at 1964 Pontiac Grand Prix. We've seen this a couple of times in moving parts. Shows on the bottom just have opening doors. Pull this guy out of the blister. Fighting with the blisters. There we go. Get him out of his little mini clamshell. So I mentioned this before, that whatever they have like a featured item on these moving parts, they don't seem to work. The featured one, try to push that and it just doesn't want to close. But it has opening doors. That's exactly what they're supposed to do. That one doesn't open all that far on this side. Ooh. The other one opens very far. It's got a brown color. There's no print on the front. There's no, detail, I guess you could say, on the side. There is some print. It does say Pontiac Grand Prix, or it says Grand Prix on the side. There's a silver stripe down here at the bottom. So, man, these doors just don't close all that well. And then, of course, no print on the back. Very, very rudimentary, very simple. Super chrome base. R25 is where we're at. So, not exactly a good one, but don't worry, they get better. 1978 Subaru Brat in black. We've seen this a few times in moving parts as well. This is a pretty good casting. This one is definitely going to be the best color thus far, at least in my opinion. Looks very, very good. It shows it has opening hood. Obviously, hood is up. Now, every single Brat I've ever got, the hood does not stay open. But this one does, which is pretty nice. Nice details in there, fully printed up underneath. Of course, you have your spare tire in there and the air cleaners in the front. That's the way it exactly was. Full front tampo all along the side, but no rear tampo because, of course, something has to suffer. Unfortunately, we don't get any rear tampo. Matter of fact, I don't think we've ever gotten rear tampo on this model, but still looks pretty good. Hood closes very, very nicely. Do like this model a lot. It says Brat on the side with orange and red. Very nice. A little bit of silver mixed into there as well. Uses those small 6 spokes. Looks pretty good. Of course, the infamous seats in the back was a big deal. So riding those when I was a kid. It was pretty cool. Next one up. This is the 2018 Land Rover Vogue SE. We have seen this one quite a few times as well. This has been in premium a couple times as well. Shows opening hatch in the back. This model is not popular at all. It's not popular, but it must be relatively cheap for the Matchbox team to produce it because we continue to get it. So take a look at this guy. It does have all the same tampo print it always has. This has print along the side there to make the pillars black. The infamous striping on the side here. This guy just comes with the solid black D10 wheels on there. Looks pretty good. Gunmetal gray. Model is a little bit skinny, but full tampo on the front. Nice, decent print on the grill. Fog lights and stuff are done up as well. There is the back. You can see it is very narrow. You can see it pretty dramatically in the back. It doesn't look that bad from the side, but the back not that all that great. It has a little bit of attempted side print for the taillights, but that's pretty much all you're going to get. The gray, obviously, is way different than the model. Matchbox is having a very, very hard time matching paints for plastics to the metal. So it is what it is. This whole hatch is plastic. So it doesn't open all that far, but it sits pretty good when it's closed. That actually looks pretty good. Actually, that print looks pretty close until you get the right glare in there, and then it's just not good. Not good at all. Next one up, This is the 2006 Ford Crown Victoria. Now, this is an interesting model. So, this model, when it originally came out in the Boone County deco, it had the window piece in there for the taxi. Now, there's two different window pieces. The bar on the top will say taxi, or it's an actual light bar. So it depends on which one they use versus if they're making a cop car or if they're making a taxi. Now, what's interesting about this one is if you look at the card art, it's got the taxi placard on the top. That is not the light bar. That is the taxi placard. And taxi number 901. It's a very interesting, like, photoshopped picture. It's just really interesting that they chose to do that. So it's almost like they just modified the taxi one and just forgot to do anything with the top of that, which is kind of interesting. So when we get this open, I'm kind of interested to see which window insert they actually used on this. Now, when they reissued that Boone County Crown Vic the second time, it came with the correct window piece. So let's just go ahead and jump right into that real quick, and let's take a look at the top. And there you go. That is the taxi one. That is not the police one. Let's see if I can get that to show the word taxi in there. Very difficult to see. But it does say taxi on there in the plastic. There you go. So I'm not really sure why they chose the taxi window insert. Or if that just kind of is unfortunately what happened. Just, I don't know. I'm very curious about that. This one is in Matchbox Harbor Police. This is just a generic deco. Again, the doors always look weird because the colors don't ever match, and they don't sit very flush. But I think it's cool that they made rear opening doors for a cop car. It was just a pretty cool choice. See some details in there. There is a seat in there, but of course, you know, the mechanism for the door has to go underneath it. So I like these ones because they snap shut. Feel good. K9 unit, MHP emergency, it says. It's for Matchbox Harbor Patrol or Harbor Police. Keep away police K9, it says. Unit number 7. I do like the wheel choice with just the chrome ring on the outside. Looks really, really good. It's a good casting. It's a really good casting. I don't know why they chose the taxi window insert, but have to keep a lookout on that to see if they swap it out. So, kind of interesting. All right, next up, brand new casting. This is the 2019 Ford Mustang Convertible with opening doors. Now, if you guys have been following all the release stuff for moving parts and the leaks and everything on Instagram, the original card art actually had the hood opening on this model. But as you can see, they did fix the card art. It is not the bad art. Does not show an opening hood that it doesn't have. Shows opening doors, which it does have. And I've said this before, you know, opening doors are always going to be, I think, the most common feature. Unless you have something like a Lamborghini where, of course, you're going to have the bonnet open up. But everything else, you know, doors are pretty standard. I am very happy to report that that door closes very, very nicely. And it is exactly color matched because the doors are metal. You know, the BMW i8 was notoriously horrific for the horrible color combination on it. Rear print looks pretty good. Is that high quality inkjet style printing? Does have the pony on the plate. No prints on the side, just full tampos on the front though. Looks pretty good. Again, pony in the grill. Decent interior, just kind of that blob. You guys saw me do those majorette the other day. Those were some really, really good interiors. This one, not that great. At least there's some detail in there. I mean, it's a convertible. I mean, everybody's going to be looking at the interior. You'd think that they do a little bit better job than that. And then there is a little bit of detail on the doors. Not that much. Looks okay, though. But they close very, very nicely. There is the deets on the bottom since it's brand new casting. MB1306 is your number. For those who keep a spreadsheet of all the Matchbox release numbers, yes, it is very, very difficult. All right, next one up, we got another new casting. A little bit of JDM style love. This is the 75 Mitsubishi Lancer Celeste. You can see it does have opening hood. in canary yellow. I'm not sure if that's the yellow it is, but we're going to call it canary yellow. So this guy does have the opening hood. Take a look at this. Super bright yellow. Nice prints along the side here. Just a stripe says Celeste there. There's a logo down there. Very fine print, hard to see. Super chrome base. Nice prints on the back. Very interesting taillights. I've never actually seen this car, so I had no idea. But now I know. And then, of course, full front tampo looks really, really good as well. And yes, opening hood. And even under the hood print. Really, really nice print on that one. Really, really nice print. Everything's done in there. Even the strut tower tops and everything. So that is very, very good. Very nice print details in there. A couple different colors as well. Very, very nice. The hood does not stay up though, which is unfortunate. But this guy gets front, rear, both sides, and under the hood tampo. So Matchbox team going all out for this guy. Maybe the money they spent not tampoing up the collector's Darts Charger. Maybe that's where the money went, is to this model. Just saying. MB 1323, that is your man number on this super chrome base. So that's pretty nice. It's a brand spanking new casting, but don't turn that channel off yet. We got one last one. Yes, this case has 3 brand new castings in it. This one is a doozy. This is the 2021 Ford Bronco 2-door hardtop in orange. Of course, opening doors, which is, of course, going to be pretty common. Although we are getting some cooler stuff coming down the pipeline. There'll be some different style of moving parts on some stuff coming down the pipeline. Really excited about that. Taking a look at this guy. Get the door closed. Super, super stoked. This guy looks super good. Just as good as the 4-door. Just in coupe form. Nice spare tire on there. Now, one thing I've noticed is this tire comes in like a mold. And there's flashing that seems to show up on both sides. So I picked up a few of these, and some of these had flashing on the side. This one obviously does not. This is why I chose to crack this one open. Those ones with the flashing on the side, I'll probably see if somebody likes errors or something like that. But just something to look out for when you're looking for this model. Nice print on the back, though. It does have your Bronco logo on this side and Ford logo on this side. Of course, taillights all done up. Looks good. No prints on the side, no prints on the top. And then, of course, full front print, as you saw. Doors open, and yes, the mirror stays there, which is accurate. So pretty nice detail there. Little bit of print on the, or not print, but a detail on the inside of the door, but not really meant to do anything. But they do open pretty well. Interior is pretty rudimentary, pretty basic, but looks pretty good. The doors open pretty good. Taking a look at the base deets, MB 1317. Again, brand new casting. So for those keeping track, interesting, there's no tow hitch on this. I really thought that they might have taken the opportunity to put a tow hitch on this, especially because they're pushing trailers, So there you go. This is the mix. Kind of move these around a little bit. Get them a little bit more front and centered for everybody. So there you go. That is moving parts Case E, which is mix 5. Yeah, mix 5. So we have a few more mixes to go for the year. Hopefully things will improve. In case you guys are not aware, these can now be found at Target. Target does carry moving parts now. It's a hard inset item. So basically they're just going to stick a peg on the shelf and there you go. It's not going to be part of the reset that is probably coming soon. But it'll stay in the reset, I'm sure. But for now, it'll just be a hard inset. They do retail for $2.99 at Target. So if you want them, that's where you can go. That is where this whole mix came from, to pick these up at Target. So let me know what you guys think about those. And hopefully moving parts will continue to grow and continue to be more readily available. So until then, appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Level M. Peace.